Yo, welcome to another episode of Swezzyfilmz TV. We have a very, very, very special guest in the building. The first female on Swezzyfilmz TV. I'll allow you to introduce yourself now.
Well, I'm Ryan Nova. I'm your favorite photographer's favorite photographer.
Yes, Miss Nova in the building. She lost her voice. She had a very, very busy day, y'all. So let's start off by where you grew up at.
I grew up in Cleveland, all over Cleveland, but mainly I'm going to claim the Heights, unfortunately, but I am a Heights girl.
So describe how was it growing up in the Heights?
So boom, I had like really protective parents. I don't know what everybody else is going through. I was in the house.
Right.
But all in all, it was just like, it was a lot of community happening, a lot of support happening. It was mad creative. Like, a lot of us are like artists now. That's just starting to blow, so, yeah.
So that's what's led you to the art that you're doing now?
No, I actually did not become this sort of artist until my last year of college. So I was on the opposite, well, this side of the camera for a long time. I was acting and modeling for a while, then went to college and was like, oh, okay, I want to be a history major because I wanted to be an archaeologist. I never planned to do this. And then I got back into theater with this show, To Kill a Mockingbird. I got really into that and was like crying on stage. It was a whole vibe. And then, I don't know, I picked up the camera during COVID and been going ever since.
Okay, so what school did you go to?
Which one?
Oh, all of them.
If we're talking high school, I went to Lutheran East. If you know, you know. It's like right across the street from Severance. It's little and stuff, and it's a Christian school. Which I think is hilarious considering the art I make. Then I went to college at Baldwin Wallace University.
How was that experience?
Huh?
How was that experience?
White. It was white. It was actually really good, honestly. I met some lifelong friends there and grew as a person, I feel like. I really connected with my professors, honestly, and they kind of led me to really start understanding what it means to be a creative and a diligent, person in society.
So that basically helped you with your career now?
I think so, yeah. Because they pushed me, because I'll tell you, I was about to drop out, y'all. It was about to be raps.
Right.
For real.
We wouldn't have to know what business we have. Now you would have dropped out.
I know. It would have been all over. And then I went to OMS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did go there, and that was an experience.
Okay, so talk about some of the experience you had at OMS.
Well, I met Marquette, and honestly, that was my highlight. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Everything else, I kind of already went in knowing. But then I met Marquette, and then he gave me in the field experience. So it was like I got to do everything I wanted to do, really, really fast. And now it's even faster paced than I could have ever expected. And now I'm kind of really starting to grow in the direction I want.
Let's talk about that in the field training because a lot of students don't really get that in the field training compared to the school and the books and stuff like that. Talk about the training you went through.
So basically, I remember the first thing he told me to do is I came in to just kind of help with the filming of a politician. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was scared to be here, honestly. I was like, what do you want me to pick up? He was like, just go do something. I'm like, all right, say less. So we had that, and then he sent me out to Akron to do some filming by myself. And then a music video. That was all happening at the same time. So
it's basically your first year, right?
This was all within the first week and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wasn't playing with me. I was like, what's going on?
Right.
So everything just happened really fast-paced. And he gave me really high standards to meet. And I strive to go above and beyond every time. So yeah, that's what it's been like.
So, of course, that's probably one of the person who inspired you. Anybody else inspired you to start becoming in the whole lane of photography?
Actually, I was just talking about this yesterday. So his name is Galvin Mason. He is a Cleveland photographer. He's absolutely phenomenal. And when I first started, he is who I was like, I want to be, no shade, no tea, but I want to be better than him. because he's like a great in regards to fashion and editorial. Like if he wants to shoot, everybody gonna drop everything because he wants to shoot. You feel me? So Galvin Mason for sure.
So, describe your creative process.
Ugh.
How did your juices flow when you want to be a creator, like either a photography project or?
Honestly, it starts with a conversation, right? I'll be talking to somebody about something and they'll bring up something like, I don't know, like women's rights. Let's start with that. They'll bring up something about women's rights, and then from there, my brain will just start spinning, and then I'll go on this whole research path of like, oh, like, what is this bill about? Or what is this current struggle we have in society? So a lot of my artwork, my personal artwork, is trying to figure out the word to say, is a reflection of what's currently happening in our society. Whether it's good or bad, and I do focus on it from the Black experience. I really try to highlight Black men and women, specifically women because I'm a woman, duh. But I really want to highlight Black men more because I feel like they have so many stories that aren't told and aren't given like a space to tell it. So like, it's really all coming from, I want to tell people stories because I feel like they need to be heard.
Speaking of stories, I understand your artist as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. You have any projects that's out or released?
Which ones? I don't even know.
Any projects that you like, any of your favorite project that you have?
We got the Cities Project. The Cities Project is something. I basically go from city to city, shooting with like different talent, makeup artists, models, stylists, and just kind of like doing a representation of what their city is like. So I've done LA, I've done Tennessee, New York, recently did Cleveland. Those aren't released yet, but they will be released soon. I'm trying to work on a brand deal for that. And Nashville, etc. And like I'm going to Atlanta sometime this summer, and then I think I'm going to Vegas a little bit later.
Can you give us like a little bit of detail about what the project consists of?
The project is basically, it just started from like wanting to collaborate and wanting to network with different people and kind of create a platform because I feel like, again, a lot of people's stories aren't told and a lot of people don't get the shine that they deserve, I feel like, or at least even a piece of it. So it's kind of like, let me connect you to this person. So like one of the people I shot in LA, he's currently on tour with Beyonce. But my people in Cleveland, you feel me? They're all a part of the same project. So when that gets launched, it's all getting launched together. So now you automatically have a connection with somebody you never even met. You feel me? So that's kind of like the purpose of it. It's just to connect all of us.
Networking, man, is the key.
Yeah.
How has networking been so successful for you in your career so far?
Dude, honestly, I'm terrified of networking. I don't like talking to people. I'm not gonna lie.
But you can see how beneficial it is, though, right?
Yeah, it's extremely beneficial. I think people are drawn to me because I just be smiling.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything else to say, so they're just like, what's wrong with her? Is she good? Like, let's make sure she's okay. But like overall, like networking has been extremely beneficial. It's given me so many opportunities that otherwise I would have never gotten.
So, I seen you on a big project too with YFL Kelvin. And
Yeah.
what was that? YFL Kelvin.
Ty Bree and Erica Kane.
Erica Kane.
Yes.
Talk about that project.
Okay. So boom. Basically, Capital Structure had told me they wanted me to come, specifically for Ty Bree at first. And then I did one of their shows for Lila Divine at the Grog Shop. I forget when it was. But Compton, who is YFL Kelvin's, manager and everything.
So Compton?
Yeah. So he saw me and we're talking. He's like, yeah, I would love for you to come to the shoot. So now it's like both of them. So it's Ty Bree and, YFL Kelvin's people both wanted me to be there. And I had just shot the Erica Kane thing or concert for Cachet like 2 weeks prior. So I just shot stuff of Erica Kane too. Yeah, I've been moving. And even though I didn't know her, I came there for Cachet, but I just kept shooting because that's the person I am. So yeah, I ended up shooting for all three of them the whole time, getting behind the scenes and like some main shots, but mostly photography.
Okay. So, working alongside these big names in the city, like, what was your first reaction?
Cool.
Cool.
I don't get starstruck, first of all. That's not a thing for me because I get nervous around people as it is. So my nervousness, whether you're like YFL Kelvin versus somebody else, I'm still gonna be just as nervous. So I was just like, oh, this is cool. And they're like cool people. They were nice to talk to. But ultimately, like, I was just excited. I was just excited for the opportunity because I knew that it's just more to come.
So what's next for Why Not?
I have a podcast, No But For Real podcast. That's going right now. We actually have a few people that are going to be on there this coming week, like Britt Bands and Tusi and a few others already lined up. Fingers crossed we get somebody really big. I can't say who it is yet because we don't have the contract signed. So yeah, there's that and possibly a sponsorship with Canon, hopefully. And then a YouTube channel is coming out. So all of this is going to be happening before the end of the year, and then the city's project will be announced and hopefully in partnership with another big brand.
Okay. So, talk about who's on the No For Real podcast.
No But For Real podcast is myself, obviously, I'm the main host, Alila Devine, which is a singer here in Cleveland, and Bree Styled It, which is a stylist here in Cleveland. So I have a massive connection with both of them. I work with them all the time. But they also like hold different opinions from mine, though we all kind of have the same general mindset, but then we split into different directions because Bree is older, Alila's younger, and then I'm like in this middle space. Yeah.
So talk about some of the topics y'all talk about.
Everything. Literally, it's like we talk about relationships, we talk about politics, but mainly the whole point of No But For Real is like how social media translate into real life. So we'll take things, actually I'll use myself as an example. What is too much? What is doing too much? Like when it comes to clothing, right? But we'll also talk about just kind of like, trying to think of what were one of the topics? We said like bringing back shame and the close knittedness of Cleveland and just like literally everything. Anything that's going on in social media, we'll bring it to the platform and expand on it from there.
Hot topics.
Exactly. So it's almost, I guess you could call it pop culture with a twist.
That makes sense. So you also director.
Yes.
Okay. Talk about some of the latest projects you directed.
So I just did a commercial, and that has not been released yet. I'm also working on another commercial for alcohol brand. That one I can't say anything about because we haven't started. I did a lot of like makeup and cosmetic stuff for like mainly like black-owned brands. It's like my focus right now. But I'm not opposed to working with anybody else. That's my personal focus at the moment. So yeah, I can't really say too much on the commercials because a lot of them are waiting to be released, or I can't say anything about them at all because they're still in the planning process.
Okay. So I know you wanted the directors and producer of the Yellow Spot also here at Studio Zero where we're currently shooting that. Would you like to talk about the Yellow Spot?
Oh man, yeah, okay. It is a soft spot. That's why I didn't bring it up. The Yellow Spot is, how do I describe it? It's a showcasing of talent, right? So it's different artists from different genres performing in front of a mic against a big yellow wall. And it's something that I've really been trying to make as successful as possible. So currently, or like prior, it was like, oh, just like this mechanism to learn lighting, right? Like, it wasn't a big deal. But then bigger names started to get interested, and it was like, well, we can make this something. And it started to kind of like define our studio, I feel like, in regards to like the Cleveland space. Does that make sense? Yes. So now it's like just working on making sure it's successful, professional, and efficient.
So one more question before we get out of here.
Okay.
What's the best advice somebody gave you?
Wait, why am I about to start crying? Hold on. Give me a second. That's embarrassing. Best advice. Don't stop trying. Don't stop trying because at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can't do. The only person stopping you is literally yourself. So don't stop trying, keep going after it, and it's gonna happen.
So why don't you let everybody know how we can reach you?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Raya.Nova, on YouTube as Raya Nova, Nova Vision on every other platform, No But For Real podcast on literally every platform. And make sure you follow me on TikTok. That's also Raya.Nova.
All right, here it is. Another episode of Swezzyfilmz TV in the Buzz. Appreciate you for coming out, Miss
Thank
Nova.
you.
Let's get it.